Sick of seeing the same 5 anime pop up on every must-watch list? Yeah, us too. That's why we've dug deep, like real deep into the anime vault to bring you a lineup of underrated gems you probably haven't even heard of. We're talking killer plots, amazing animation, and characters you'll end up crying over at 3 a.m., all hiding in plain sight. So, if you're on the hunt for something new to binge that isn't already hyped to death, you're in the right place. Drop your favorite obscure anime in the comments and let us know which one you're watching first. Welcome to Tokyo's flashy, high-tech, slightly dystopian man-made island, the 24th Ward, where 3 childhood besties, Shuta, Ran, and Koki, are pulled back into each other's chaotic lives, thanks to one very creepy, very unexpected phone call. Plot twist. It's from Asumi Koki's sister, who's supposed to be dead after a tragic school fire a year ago. Yeah, ghost calls. Totally normal. Shuta's trying, and failing, to move on, flipping pastries at his family's bakery, while carrying a massive guilt complex. Ran's turned rebel graffiti artist, spraying truth across the city, and stirring up anti-surveillance chaos with his crew, Dered. Meanwhile, Koki, the mayor's straight-laced son, joined the government's Big Brother squad SARG to keep things under control. They've all drifted apart until Asumi's ghost call drops them into a sci-fi moral nightmare, a future disaster, a trolley problem-style choice, and a ticking clock. Oh, and surprise, now they've got superpowers tailored to their personalities. Each new call forces them to put their issues aside and play superhero detective squad, racing against time to save lives, untangle shady secrets, and figure out why Asumi's voice is still echoing from beyond. It's a brainy, high-stakes ride full of action, feels, and ethical chaos. Iron-Blooded Orphans throws you headfirst into a raw, gut-punching Gundam story where the heroes aren't ace pilots in shiny uniforms, they're kids, literal child soldiers. Set 300 years after the Calamity War, the series kicks off on a dusty, terraformed Mars, where a group of orphans work under a shady security company called CGS. When a Martian noblewoman, Kudelia, hires them for protection on her trip to Earth, things go sideways fast. Gjallarhorn, basically space cops with too much power, attacks, and the adult commanders? Yeah, they ditch the kids to die. Big mistake. Led by Orga Itsuka, the kids stage a full-blown mutiny, rename themselves Tekadan, Ironflower, because they're tough and refuse to wither, and take charge. Orga's ride-or-die bestie, Mikazuki, hops into an ancient war relic Gundam Barbados and goes full metal mayhem on their enemies. From there, it's a non-stop grind of space politics, brutal fights, and soul-crushing choices, as Tekadan carves their own path through a world that's basically stacked against them. This isn't your typical mecha power fantasy. It's raw, emotional, and will rip your heart out with bare hands, but you'll root for these kids every step of the way. Big Order is like if Future Diary said, let's go bigger, weirder, and way more chaotic. From the same twisted genius behind that series comes another wild ride, this time starring Eiji Hoshimiya, a regular high school dude with a very unchill secret. Turns out, 10 years ago, he made a wish so powerful it nuked a good chunk of the planet in what's now known as the Great Destruction. Oops. In this cracked-out world, some unlucky folks known as Orders can make their deepest wishes real and Eiji. His ability, Bind Dominator, lets him control anything or anyone within his marked territory. Yep, he's basically an overpowered landlord of doom. Eiji's just trying to lay low and take care of his sweet and very ill little sister, Senna. But peace is not on the menu. Enter Rin Kurenai, a transfer student with murder in her eyes and a score to settle. Her family died in the destruction, and she's pretty sure Eiji's the guy to blame. Suddenly, he's neck-deep in a conspiracy involving power-hungry Orders who want him as their puppet king. With everyone gunning for him, Eiji has to fight, outsmart, and wish his way through a world of god-tier chaos. Seraph of the End kicks off with a massive what the hell just happened moment. Some creepy mystery virus wipes out every human over 13, and before the kids can even figure out what's going on, boom vampires show up like, yo, free snacks. They round up the surviving children and basically start farming them like walking juice boxes. Grim, right? Enter Yuichiro Hyakuya, a fiery orphan with major vampire trust issues. After a failed escape plan, thanks to his best bro Michaela, everyone he cares about is slaughtered by the sadistic vamp Farid Bathory. Somehow, Yuichiro survives, makes it to the surface, and is scooped up by the Japanese Imperial Demon Army, humanity's last line of defense against the Bloodsuckers. Fast forward 4 years, and our boy is now part of the Moon Demon Company, swinging cursed weapons and channeling pure vengeance. But surprise, Mikhail is alive. Sort of. He's a vampire now. Yikes. Torn between his hate for vampires and love for his best friend, Yuichiro's life becomes one big emotional roller coaster. Throw in shady experiments, dark secrets about the apocalypse, and a project literally called Seraph of the End. And you've got a fast-paced, bloody, emotionally messy war where no one's really the good guy. Failure Frame flips the whole isekai hero thing on its head and chucks it into a pit, literally. High school nobody Tuka and his class get yeeted into a fantasy world by some sketchy goddess who wants them to fight the demon lord. Everyone gets cool, overpowered skills, except Tuka. He ends up with lame-sounding status condition spells like poison and paralysis, and gets slapped with an E rank label. The goddess calls him useless and dumps him into a monster-infested labyrinth as disposable trash. But plot twist, Tuka's so-called useless skills? Absolute game changers in the right hands. And Tuka? Oh, he's got very dangerous hands. Instead of sulking or dying like he was supposed to, he goes full dark mode, weaponizing his underdog skills with brutal efficiency. No more Mr. Nice Guy, he's out for blood. His goal? Not saving the world, but wrecking the goddess and the fake friends who threw him away. As he turns from class weakling to walking nightmare, Tuka uncovers the darker secrets behind their summoning and levels up into an unstoppable force of spite-fueled revenge. So yeah, forget your average chosen one fantasy. This guy's not here to play hero. He's here to burn it all down. Eternal Quan is basically what happens when you mix X-Men with anime, throw in a secretevil.org, and crank the emotions up to max. Set in a futuristic Tokyo, it follows a group of teens called Attractors, humans with wild supernatural powers who are being hunted down like stray cats by a shady organization called Kustos. And leading the charge to protect them is Quan. Looks like a chill teen, but surprise, he's actually over 1,000 years old and carrying enough emotional baggage to fill a warehouse. Quan's got some serious skills: super speed, insane strength, Wolverine-level healing, and he can bend water and metal like it's Play-Doh. But beneath the cool powers is a guy haunted by the destruction of his village and the immortality gifted, or cursed, to him by his little brother, Toa. Tragic hero alert. The show dives deep into the drama Kustos' creepy cyborg enforcers, their mysterious leader, and the whole "what does it mean to be human" debate. Between flashy fights, emotional meltdowns, and epic power awakenings, the series builds to a final showdown that's all about protecting what makes you human, even if you're technically not. Quan's squad may be weird, but they're family. The Faraway Paladin is like your usual isekai, if your new family just so happened to be a skeleton, a mummy, and a ghost. Meet Will, a reincarnated kid from modern Japan who wakes up as the only living human in a crumbling city of the dead. But don't worry, he's not alone. He's raised by 3 undead legends: Blood, a beefy skeleton warrior with big dad energy; Mary, a gentle mummy priestess who's basically the world's coziest corpse mom; and Gus, a grumpy ghost wizard who acts like your cranky grandpa but can vaporize you with a look. Together, they raise Will with a mix of love, butt-kicking combat lessons, and holy scriptures. Fueled by his regrets from his past life, Will's determined to do better this time around. But as he levels up, he starts digging into the mystery of the dead city, the gods that rule the world, and the heartbreaking backstories of his undead fam. Eventually, Will sets out to explore the world, become a paladin, and do good in the name of the gods of light. With a holy sword in one hand and a lifetime of wisdom in the other, he's ready to face monsters, moral dilemmas, and probably more undead drama. Ninja Kamui is what happens when John Wick gets dropped into a high-tech ninja nightmare. Joe Higgin used to be part of a super-secret ninja clan. You know, the kind that makes assassins look like amateurs. But one day, Joe said, "I'm out," and vanished into small-town America to start fresh with his wife and kid, living that peaceful barbecue and baseball life. But of course, the past doesn't stay buried. His old clan finds him, and in true ninja fashion, they blow everything up literally. His family? Gone. His peace? Torched. Joe barely survives, and rises from the ashes like a vengeful ghost, now going by the name Ninja Kamui. What follows is a no-holds-barred rampage of revenge as Kamui straps on a futuristic battlesuit and unleashes the kind of ninja fury that makes smoke bombs look like toys. With insane fight choreography, blood-soaked showdowns, and secret organizations dripping with betrayal, this series goes full throttle into the gritty underworld of modern ninja warfare. It's all about revenge, redemption, and slicing through your trauma with a katana. If you like your ninjas brutal, your backstory's tragic, and your action scenes absolutely unhinged, then Ninja Kamui is your next obsession.